Hello friends, welcome to Reads and Eats. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you clicked my video today. Today I'm chatting to you about the books that I read this week and what I plan to read this weekend. So it's been a good week reading wise. It's been a bit of a sort of busy-ish week. For 2 days this week while we've been away. One day we were to a local sort of outdoor mall, like shopping mall, and we had various things to do. We actually got Dad a new laptop, which is great, and they set it up for us there and then, which is even better. It meant I didn't have to think about it, which is not that I wouldn't have minded doing it, but when I saw at times how much had to go onto it and what, the process, I was like, no, I'm really glad you're setting this up. So we did that, and we got a couple of other. Mum and Dad got other things that we needed. It was really hot, and I had things I needed to do as well. But I thought, no, I'm just going to leave it. I can go in next week, which is fine. And then we're away yesterday because it was Mum and Dad's wedding anniversary. Yes, they've been married 60 years, guys. 60 years. That's just like, amazing and just so wonderful. So we went away down to Scottish Borders. We had lunch and we went to bookshop that we liked down there, and Mum and Dad got books, and we just had, it was a really nice day. It was really, really hot. Which was maybe not a good thing for being in the car, but it was a nice day to be out as a family and just doing, some nice things to celebrate them, which is lovely. We decided that we'd bought the other day a box of Chinese meal, for a Chinese meal, and there's so many things in it. I think there's about 4 or 5 different things in it. But we weren't feeling that hungry last night, and we had some salad stuff left over from the night before, so we thought, we'll just do that, and we'll have the anniversary dinner tonight, and then what's left we'll use tomorrow. So that was really good. So yeah, it was lovely to be out, and it was lovely that Mum was able to do it, which was great. She wasn't too sure to begin with, but no, she did, and it was really good. Yes, so she's a bit achy today, but she can rest for the next week while we've got no other plans for going anywhere within the next week or week and a half or so that's fine. She can rest from that, so good. Reading wise, I finished one book and read 2, and I'm part of a way through the other, and I'll talk to you about that one when we get there. So the first book the book I finished was Second Chance Christmas by Betsy St. Amat. This is a love-inspired inspirational romance, came out October 2022. I love these books. I absolutely adore Love Inspired. I think it's a really good line. So we meet Charlie, and Charlie works at the local animal shelter. She volunteers there, but she is also an advocate for children who are being put up for adoption, foster, etc. And she has been through the foster system, and she spends a lot of time with the husband and wife that fostered her. And they run a home for foster and adoptee children. And she loves her work. She loves the animal shelter. But the animal shelter is not making enough money, and there is a possible buyer for the land. And that possible buyer, or part of that group that wants to buy it, is Charlie's former best friend Blake. And Blake comes back to the town basically to broker the deal to buy the land for the animal shelter for the coffee shop chain company that he works for. And his boss is really, really, how can I put it? His boss is quite insistent he gets this plot of land. So it puts Charlie and Bryant kind of against each other. But add to the mix that one of the girls within the home, called Tori, it works out, is Bryant's niece, but he didn't know anything about her. And he is here to try and get to know her and to decide whether he's going to go forward with basically legally adopting her. and becoming her guardian, etc. So we have all of this going on in the mix. It was brilliant, really beautifully written. It really was. I gave this one like 4 out of 5. I really liked it. I liked the tension between Charlie and Brian, but also the fact that they also wanted to work their way back to being the friends that they were when they were, when they were like teenagers. And they had a lot to work through, but seeing them work through it was really good. I really like this one, and if you're looking for a good love-inspired, especially it's Christmas in July, friends, and Sarah from the Bookish Knitter and Storm from Storm Reads are doing Christmas in July, the very last full week of July, and one of them is to read a category romance. You couldn't go wrong with this one, so I would definitely pick this one up. My next book, sticking with the Christmas and July theme, I was doing Christmas and July all through the month, but I kind of deviated, but never mind, is His Christmas Gift by Sarah Maybury. This I won as a gift from Sarah a number of years ago. I just didn't get around to it. So, this is set in Marietta. Now, there's a whole series about the Marietta, based in Marietta, Montana. And this fits into it. I'm not sure where. I'm going to need to go back and look, because I have to say there were some characters in this that I didn't recognise, and I'm like, where do you fit in? So it might be an idea to sort of kind of look and see where this fits in. So Jenna McIntosh is a defence attorney. She's been estranged from her family for a number of years. And Christmas just doesn't mean anything to her anymore. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. She comes to Marietta with Lacey Gallagher. Now, Lacey Gallagher has just been released from prison. She's been there for 3 years. She's been released, and she's coming back to Marietta to help her brother on the Christmas tree farm. And so that's fine. Jenna delivers Lacey, sees the Christmas tree farm, then scoots back to Boyce. And then they discover that new evidence or a retraction of a statement comes in, which means that actually Jenna was wrongly convicted. And not Jenna, what am I saying? Lacey was wrongly convicted. And so Jenna comes back to the Christmas tree farm to speak to Lacey and her brother Sawyer. And while there, she falls ill. And also Sawyer has an accident as well. So it means that the two of them end up in the family cottage on their own. And Lacey is left to run the Christmas tree farm. And Sawyer's a bit antsy about this, but, it's like, you have to let her try it, etc. Try some of her ways. And it's basically Jenna and Sawyer, their romance, their love story. It was beautifully written. It was such a nice story. I really liked the characters. I got really drawn into it all. Both of them needed some form of healing in many ways, and they kind of helped each other. There was something Sawyer did near the end. I'm like, no, why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But he did. Didn't listen to me. It could have blown up in his face. But it didn't. Well, it did sort of, but hey ho. But I really, really enjoyed it. I liked the way Sarah writes. This is my first book by her. I would definitely be reading more from her, because I really liked her writing, her characters, and we didn't actually all the sort of the action, as it were. It all took place at the Christmas tree farm. You didn't actually go into Marietta, the town itself. So just to let you know, spice wise, probably 2 chili peppers. So you can skip it. You can skip it. It's easy to skip it. You don't need to read it if you don't want to. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this one. So here's another one for your Christmas in July, because Christmas in July, the choice was a category. You could have, the 2 prompts are a category romance or just a Christmas book. I'm giving you a choice for each one, guys. So there you go. You could read this one as well. So yeah. So that was my next book. My next book was Love and Lattes at the Pumpkin Hollow by Victoria Walters. This is I got an e-arc for it, and this comes out on the 4th of August. We meet Willow, and Willow is running the farm with her father, and it's not doing that well, okay? And Willow's kind of buried her head under the sand, or in the sand, about this, and it isn't until her father tells her that a property developer is coming to the farm to discuss with them possibly selling them the farm so that they can develop the land for housing. And Willow is really not happy. And she is in the town that's starting to get itself ready for Halloween and pumpkin season. And she sees who she thinks is the gentleman from the housing, because he's asking, how do I get to the farm? And she sends him the wrong way. And like the townspeople and her friends are going, what are you doing? And she went, I need time. I've had an idea. So she goes back to the farm and says to her dad, I want to start a pumpkin patch. And I want to see if I can make this run. And just as she's sort of giving her dad a spiel, obviously the guy has finally found directions and arrives. And the guy's name is Dylan Henderson. And he's really not a happy boy. And he kind of looks down at her. He, Will just basically ignores her and just chats to her dad. And Willow's like, look, I have an idea. I want to see if this will be successful. Because if it is successful and the pumpkin patch does well, and it gives us enough money to tide us over to the summer, we've got the spring, summer, pick our own and everything, and then I can start a pumpkin, I can start pumpkins off for next year. And he sort of pokes her button, pushes her buttons, as it were, and she eventually goes to him, right, okay, tell you what, if you give me 6 weeks to try this pumpkin patch out, if it doesn't work, then yeah, we'll sell. Her father agrees to it, and he agrees to it on the condition that he also will stay at the farm, and he will work and help her. So we have this kind of like enemies to lovers type scenario. And the story is about Willow trying to set up the pumpkin patch, how she goes about it, how he tries to help her and him going, well, we're attracted to each other, but really we're enemies. And it's really mostly from her going, we're enemies, we can't do this, we can't, everything like that. Does she make a go of it? Can she save the farm? What does it mean for Dylan? What does it mean for her and her father? It was beautifully written, really well written. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like Victoria Walters' writing anyway. Her Glen Briar series was superb. And I'm really glad that she's writing another series. I really want to know what happens next. I really do. I want to see where she takes this. Willow as a character was so well written. I like Dylan as well. Dylan's brother was a pain, but he was supposed to be a pain, so that's fine. I liked her father. I liked Willow's father. I liked his concern and his, he has health issues. He feels guilty about not being able to do so much in the farm. And she's like, no, Dad, fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It was really well written. And, I was in the mood for something autumnal. And this hit the spot. It really hit the spot. Spice level, 2 chili peppers. So, there is spice in it. You can flick through it. And you probably think, but Fiona, it's July. Why are you in the mood for autumnal? And I'm going to say that while we're away this week, and also last week while we're doing a few bits, the trees over here, some of the trees look as if they're beginning to turn already. You know, I was very aware yesterday that I could start seeing hints of some yellows, and, you know, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, it's only July. And the leaves are beginning to turn. So maybe my subconscious was going, I need something because the leaves are going. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. Definitely say pick it up. So those are the books that I have kind of finished this week. So I picked up then, I thought, I need a palate cleanser. I wasn't in the mood for a romance. I wasn't in the mood for Christmas. I thought, I need a palate cleanser. And this one's been sitting on my bookshelves. And I thought, right, I'll give it a go. And it's Welcome to the Hainam Dong Bookshop by Hwangbo Ruim. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I apologise for butchering it. I started off enjoying this book. I really did. I am now at page 140, 141, and I'm now like, can this move along, please? It is a very slow read. There's not a lot happening, if I'm honest. And I don't know that it's for me. It was what I needed to begin with. My palate has been cleansed, and I now need something with a bit more to the story than this is giving me. I'm not saying it's a bad book. I'm not saying that at all. Some people will love this book. I know that 2 friends have read it, and they both said it's slow. It's definitely not a 5-star read for them, and it wouldn't be for me. I'm not sure whether I'm going to DNF it completely or soft DNF and just dip in and out, if that makes sense. I think it's a book that you could dip in and out of. So my thought process is I've got about 5 pages left to finish this chapter. I think I'm going to finish this chapter and then I'm going to read something else. And I will just keep this on my shelf, and when I need to maybe palate cleanser, I will pick this up, read a couple of chapters, and then put it back. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Because I like the characters, and I do want to know where it goes, but I just don't need to read it all in one sitting, if that makes sense. So yeah, so what am I going to read next? I have a hold of Oathbound by Tracy Dion. It's the 3rd book in her King Arthur retelling, but it hasn't come in yet, but I'm first in line for it, so it should be relatively soon. So I need to find something that will tide me over for possibly the weekend. And, or until, because I've got 2 buddy reads starting, you're going to find out about that in a minute. So my thought process is maybe to go for City Spies Forbidden City by James Ponti. I'm in the mood for a kind of an adventure-y type book, I think, at the moment. So I'm thinking about, doing that. As I say, I've got 2 buddy reads starting this weekend. One is Driftwood Cove by Debbie Mason. This is the next book in the Harmony Harbour series. I am really looking forward to this. This is what book is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is book 5 in the series, and I am really looking forward to this. I'm reading this with Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books. So this is Michael and Shay's story. So yeah, really looking forward to this. Then the next one, because of what I'm thinking with this one, I'm going to be reading Watermoon by Samantha Soto Yamboa, or Yambao, I think. I don't know. This is another translated work. And I'm buddy reading this with my friend Amanda from Amanda Reads. I will again leave a link to Amanda's channel down below. I am hoping this gives me It's supposedly an adventure-y type book. Because it could be like a fantasy-esque type book as well. So I'm hoping it gives me what I want, but I am wary going in, if that makes sense. So yeah. So thankfully Amanda and I were reading at our own pace. Elizabeth and I are doing two chapters a day, so that's fine. So that's why I've got space to put another book in. I could go Christmas in July again and do another Christmassy one, which would probably keep me engaged, but I think I fancy a wee bit of adventure. So that's it for this video, friends. I hope you've enjoyed. Please come chat with me down in the comments. Have you read any of the books that I've mentioned? If so, come chat with me. What did you think of them? I'd love to know. If they're the two that I'm buddy reading, please don't say anything just now. You can tell me whether you like them or not, but no spoilers. Other plans for the weekend. We've got rugby, we've got tennis, I think we've got athletics, so we're well set for the weekend. If it's sunny, I plan to try and sit outside as well and try and get some sun at my body. It needs it. Definitely needs some sun. But yeah, that's all my plans. So what are you going to be doing this weekend? I would love to know. But until my next video, friends, I'm going to say one more, just so I always say it. I know I always say it, but if on your way down to chat with me in the comments you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you haven't already, please hit that subscription button and the notification bell. Just helps my channel keep growing, and I am just really enjoying that. And thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my subscribers, and it's just so great that my channel is growing more, and I'm loving that. But that's it for my waffles now, friends. But until my next video, stay safe, happy reading. Bye!